Hi, this is my second video update for the new hydroponic system I just started this year, and I'll take you through the system a little bit more, show you some of the growth, the 8-port hubs I've been working with, some of the mega blooms that I've never really seen before, and my new bees. So here's some of the system. It's been a really strange year in hydroponics, even though it's the first year. I think every one of my plants, except for two, the tomatoes, have mega blooms, and I don't remember ever seeing that before at all. I'll throw in a couple pictures here, but maybe you can see. Try to zoom in slowly. There's one right in the middle of my screen, and then over here you'll see one as well. I decided to cut most of them off just because I hear that they're not very good in terms of eating, and they can be kind of mealy and different parts of the fruit ripen at different times. So I know a lot of people tend to like them. They like the size and they're interesting to look at, but I think I'm into eating as much as I can this year, so I ended up cutting off most of the majority of the mega blooms and hopefully sending energy to other fruit on the plants. I remember in my last video I talked about shortening these 8-port hubs to try to get rid of some of the air that's locking and preventing water from flowing to the plants. In the past, 3 weeks, it's been pretty good. As you can see, the plants are getting kind of a lot of water, and I'm really happy with their productivity. I have to say, so far I'm really impressed with hydroponics. The plants look robust, they grow faster, and they just look a lot healthier. The other thing about these 8-port manifolds that I've been able to utilize to help get them to work is they have little flow valves on top. I'm going to try to focus in on one here so you can see. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not, but let me just move around to this side so I can get it right out of the sun so you can kind of see a little bit. Okay. So on the top you'll see there's this little control valve that you can open or close with a screwdriver. And if I keep those things all the way open, I can basically let most of the air escape. The only problem is there's no stop lock on it. So if I go even just a millimeter too far, that whole control knob flow thing will just pop out and I'll lose all my nutrient solution. So it's not ideal. Again, the plan is still just to shorten these to match the height of the buckets, but I just haven't gotten to the store yet to get all the parts I need. So the other thing I've done since the last video is I've strung cable along the sides, as you can see, the steel cable, just to give me some tie points for the string for the plants to grow. And I think at this point all the tomatoes have strings on them. Maybe except for a couple that are still pretty small. And again, so far so good. And if you look over here, I've got about 30,000 pollinators trying to help me out. If I zoom in, maybe you can see some of the action at the entrance there. Lots of pollen going in, lots of brood, and things look pretty good for the bees as far as they're concerned. So far they're just building up and their numbers are low, which is why I only have one entrance opened. As they start to grow, I'll open up more holes for them, but this is fine for them to get in and out. I think they prefer it this way. I just saw one go in with a lot of pollen. The cucumbers are really impressive. They're just starting to take off, and they grow a few inches every day. In my last video 3.5 weeks ago, there were only 2 baby leaves and they were turning white. I was going to just yank them out because I thought they were dead, actually. But amazing what 3.5 weeks will do. These are 2 plants. I don't know if I'm supposed to grow 2 because they really need a lot of space, but we'll see. I'm going to separate them as they grow upwards and see what happens. And here's a final look just from a little bit of distance to give a little more perspective. I'm gonna slowly go across so you can kind of see all 16 feet. 16 buckets, 32 plants, and everything is still alive. That never happens in all my raised gardens. And they're kind of too small to show you right now, but I see 2 or 3 little tomatoes growing. So next video, hopefully there'll be some fruit to show. That's it for now.